There we go. Highly unusual to get them underwater like that in a 330. It's kind of a big trap for the little guys. But I must be dead on the right on the run exactly. Anyway, this is April the 7th, if you can believe it. Welcome to Trapping Inc. I'm Rich Mellon. I'm supposed to be showing you spring crossover beaver today. And maybe by the time I get done, spring breakup happens, we'll get it. But right now, we're still checking them through lots of ice. Stick with us one way or the other, global warming or not, we'll get the show done. Trapping is the cornerstone that Canada was built on. Brave and sometimes crazy men and women, fueled by the lucrative fur trade, explored and mapped our great nation. Hundreds of years have passed since then, but trapping still remains vibrant, strong, and steeped in the ancient traditions. The fur bearers still follow the old paths and live as dictated by thousands of years of instinct. Fur only gets prime in the harsh temperatures of winter, and trappers must respect and prepare for the weather. Trapping's past is firmly rooted in history, but today, the gear and techniques have changed. Canada is still known for the best wild fur in the world, and today our pelts are sold on the global market. Our community is large, and our numbers are growing. We are trappers. This is what we do, and where we belong. Join us in our adventures. Welcome to Trapping Inc., the face of today's trapper. What do we got here? Oh, we're sprung. Let's see. Beaver hair here. we go. Sometimes it's just a matter of getting it lined up. Oh, that's a nicer one. Definitely a nicer beaver. We'll get him popped out. Okay, I've got my trap ready to go. I just got to confirm where this hole is. Seems to me it's very high. Yeah, look at that. Very high. Very, very high. And pretty wide too.
Trapping Inc. is brought to you by Old Smokes Coffee, crafted coffee for the courageous. OldSmokesCoffee.com. Halford Hides, unique beyond compare. Visit us at our Edmonton store location or find us online at halfordsmailorder.com. Range Road Enterprises, professional solutions for the ATV and low impact logging operation. Find your nearest dealer online at range-road.ca. Argyle Motorsports and Marine. Visit our Edmonton store location or find us online at argylemotorsports.com.
Here's something new this year. I actually got smart and I'm wearing some waterproof gloves when I do this stuff. I've had waterproof gloves before, but the biggest problem is, you know, they're cold, they're frozen, whatever. You can't get them on and off, right? Because I mean, they're rubberized, right? And with that heated compartment under the seat on the VK, absolutely perfect. They're always soft, they're always warm. I can always get them on. So, heck of a great idea that is.
And now for Halford's Trapper's Tip of the Week.
Okay, on today's tip, I'm going to show you the modern way that we put up beaver, and it's done using big plywood boards. In the opening, you know, I showed you the modern equivalent of the old willow hoop. All that's very time-consuming and slow. This stuff is a lot quicker. You simply have your raw beaver hide. You take and stretch it out to the correct line, nail it around using 2-inch nails. You can see the oval shape of this. These are not round; they're oval. It's very important to respect the animal to get the right shape so you get the most money for it. Another neat system, and it's simply another plywood board, but this board here is pre-drilled, and it's pre-drilled in the big ovals just like we have drawn on the other one, but we use a horseshoe nail. Okay, now that horseshoe nail is nice and sharp, and you can push it through with your hand and push it into the pre-drilled hole. You don't have to have a hammer going. And, you know, sometimes it makes it a lot quicker. Either way, this will help you put up beaver so you get the best dollar for it at the market.
That was Halford's Trapper's Tip of the Week.
We are at the 2018 Alberta Trappers Association Rendezvous in Westlock, Alberta, and we are with a good friend of ours, Lyle Scoble from Sisson Furs in Red Deer. So Lyle and his wife Carrie Lou have been good friends of ours for a few years, and we bought a few things from your store, and we really like it, and I know that you do a lot of custom stuff.
Yep.
So what we are planning to do with you is to create a one-of-a-kind beaver blanket from our beaver that we've caught on our trap line. So can you maybe go over what it is that we're looking at here and then what the process is going to be?
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm going to kind of go through the skins, and I'm going to match sizes and colors kind of thing first.
Right.
Then I'll take a look, and I'm going to sit down and try and figure out some sort of neat design for you.
So these are beaver that we've caught on our line, and they have been tanned and then sheared. So the process is quite intensive, and this is a natural beaver skin, right? So it's got the long guard hairs on it, and you can see from this one the guard hairs have been removed,
Sheared and plucked.
and then it's sheared and plucked. So then Lyle, what you're going to do is block these.
Yep.
So that's what that is.
Absolutely. Yep. This is a blocked out skin, so you can see we've taken all the wrinkles out.
Right.
What I've done is re-wet the skin. Now I'm going to take it from being in more of a circular style, and we're going to bring it so now we can make squares and patterns out of it. So I've made it into a square basically. So
Okay.
right there we can start from there, and now I can cut all different designs into it, and then we start sewing her back together again.
Excellent. So now you're going to do a bit of a design with, we've got 21 of these sheared skins, and we're hoping to do a king-sized blanket
bed. Yep.
for our bed. And so tell me a bit about the process. How are we going to do that?
Well, I'm going to take it back to my shop where I have big blocking tables. And like I said, I'm going to start sorting everything out, matching it. I'm going to block them all out, get them as straight as I can, try and make them all similar size as I can, so then I have nice big squares to work with to start off with.
Right.
Right? And then I can turn around and start, rearranging pelts into different types of patterns. Here's just a simple checkerboard style.
Yeah.
Now, there's all different ways we can cut it after this and play and make designs.
Yeah. So then once you've got that and a basic design for the top of the blanket, then what do you use for the backing on it, and how do you put it all together so it's more of a blanket as opposed to kind of a put together, just a bunch of skins put together? How do you make it a blanket?
Basically, we'll use something similar to this on the back, something that's nice and, it's not going to be too abrasive to any of the skins or anything like that.
Right.
So we have a special process where we're going to sew special edging onto the material after.
Right.
Right. And then I place the material on top and pretty much use a regular sewing machine after that, but I don't go through any of the fur at all.
Right.
Right. So we never want
Because
to.
you do have a special sewing machine
Yes.
that you have at the shop that is specifically for fur, right?
Yes. We never want to use a regular sewing machine.
No.
It just wrecks, you're just going to wreck your pelt.
Yeah, that's why I don't do it at home.
Exactly.
But Lyle, you do a lot of other things, including these cushions, but you've got some Beaver Gauntlet gloves here too that you work on, and this is all stuff that you do in your shop in Red Deer, right? Yeah.
All custom stuff. Just whatever we can think up, we can make.
Yeah.
I just like to, when I see the pelts, I just get a vision of what should happen with it, and I go from there.
So Lyle, tell me a little bit about how this comes about, because this looks like you, is it just the light or is it the actual skins themselves that are so different?
It's actually a combination of both, because basically I've taken and cut a big square out of one beaver and cut a square out of another beaver, and then I turn around and shift some side pieces in beside back pieces, and it creates this big contrast. And then you can get all these different plays on light.
Yeah.
So now you can only imagine this is just a basic pattern. You can imagine where we can go from here.
Well, and that's the secret, you see. You can imagine that.
Yes.
I'm a little lost.
Yep.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of ideas that you come up with on all of this so that we can put together a magnificent piece of art that will live on our bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And maybe might have, we'll see what happens with pelts. Maybe we'll have a pillow or two maybe to match, and
wow.
And we'll see what happens. I can't wait to get started on it for you.
Yeah, I'm really excited. So thanks so much for taking on this project. This is going to be a lot of fun.
It's a pleasure.
Trapping Inc. is brought to you by Old Smokes Coffee, crafted coffee for the courageous. OldSmokesCoffee.com. Argo, go anywhere. Argo Extreme Terrain vehicles conquer any terrain, any season. Find us online at ArgoXTV.com. Hags Trapping Products, the most versatile trapping device on the market. Find our products and dealers online at j30.com. Alberta Outdoorsman Magazine, Alberta's only fishing, hunting, and trapping magazine. Online at albertaoutdoorsman.ca. Well, just when I thought that the first open water that I was going to see was going to be June, we had a massive spring Chinook move in. And within a day and a half, at the end of April, I went from having feet of snow to there being bare patches of ground and the water showing up around the beaver houses. I was at a dead run to try and rescue my traps before I lost them through the ice, but I did take time to shoot a couple of beaver. You can see the first beaver on the very right side of the screen. Now, of course, the beaver comes up on the left side of the screen. When you're by yourself and don't have a cameraman, these things happen all the time. And of course, I'm far more excited about shooting beaver than worrying about what's on the camera. There you go, two beauties, two quick shots. I really like the 22 Hornet for beaver, mostly because you can see it does pretty traumatic damage, but it didn't blow the whole head to ribbons. Unlike sometimes with a 22 long rifle, you just they flop enough to get away. You saw what these did; they were done. It was over and quick. Shooting the 22 Hornet. I think it's a CZ. I don't know. I got a 2 to 7 power Zeiss up on top here, a Terra. Absolutely awesome for this stuff. I think 2 is all that's in here, but it's still early. We'll sit. Is there anything better than sitting and shooting beaver in April? Well,
That's a wrap.
episode 13 of season 4.
That's it's been a bit of a grind, honestly, but there's a lot to do. It isn't just sit down, put a bunch of pieces of film together. There is a lot that goes into a season of production and editing for this.
Even if you take a look at today's episode, how many more beavers we have.
Yeah.
But you have to. It's just not simply just showing beaver, beaver, beaver. You have to show a little bit of the the run up to it, the backstory, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you only need a couple of beavers instead of we have a freezer full of beavers.
And season 4 was a year of really a lot of snow
Over 10 feet.
and a lot of cold.
Oh, serious cold, especially when we went north.
Yeah. Because what did you say? Your boots cracked?
When your winter boots crack from the cold, you know that you've been there, done that.
There's a lot of people that we've met over the last several years of doing this that wouldn't really be comfortable in that kind of weather. I can't say that it's comfort for me either, but it's kind of fun to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
So coming up in season 5, though,
We're going to see the completion of the blanket, and
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
yeah, the beaver blanket is going to be completed, and we'll show you that, as well as so many other things that come along with our trapping season.
Yeah, don't tell too much. They got to stay tuned.
Oh, that's very true. But here's to a great season 4
Cheers.
and on to season 5. Really hope that you can be with us for season 5, and thanks so much for being here.
And maybe we'll see you down the line.
You can keep up with all the action at trappinginc.com or join our Facebook and YouTube sites.